What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, November 30th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the busiest lady in the business, Andrea Renee.
What's good, Greg?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I figured out finally. It's in the Roper report that the Animal Crossing holiday event's beginning in Pocket Camp.
Yes, I saw this.
And I finally got in here now. I got some candy canes, and I see the Christmas tree and the snowman I need to buy and build.
Yes.
So
how much is the snowman?
Snowman, 800 bells. Let's see. He's 800 bells, and I need 300 candy canes.
So how much time is that going to cost you?
Who the hell knows? You know what I mean? If I just want to spend the leaf ticket, let's say if I wanted to order it right now, it would take me 362 leaf tickets right there. So, I mean, that's a
lot of leaf tickets.
It is a lot of leaf tickets. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry. I'll earn the candy canes like a real person. It's been a while, Andrea. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I missed a couple of days, but...
You're the busiest lady in the business.
Well, we had the holiday last week, so
exactly.
My normal Thursday, we were eating turkey instead.
We were eating turkey. Yeah, we were. I got to come on your set.
That's right.
Very nice. What's good games?
Thank you. It's fun. It's one of those things where, you as you guys know, having your own studio space, you constantly see things you want to improve and fix and change, but that all costs money, and anybody who works in video production knows it costs a lot of money.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We're really happy with it at this point, but there's always more we want to do.
Okay. Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday here on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, you need to be part of the show. Right into kindafunny.com/KFGD. Give me your segment suggestions, your questions, your bad PSN names, whatever you want to post. It's cool. Come talk to me, please. Then see if you get read. You can watch live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. If you're watching live, it's your job to keep us honest. Go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screw it up, so we set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames and listening on podcast services around the globe. No matter where you get the show, thank you so much for your support. Couldn't do without you. We love you very, very much. Housekeeping. It's the final day to get the Kinda Funny Christmas card on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/kindafunny or patreon.com/kindafunnygames. It's the fan mail tier. It's a Panda Musk original, and it'll be coming to you autographed by all of us if you get in your fan mail tier today. 1 week from now, the Game Awards.
Yes.
So everyone needs to open their phones right now.
1
Open
week
your computers.
from today.
You go to Google. You go to the top. It should autofill because I tell you to do it every day. But you go vote. Or no, you go trending gamer vote. Trending, there it is. Trending gamer vote. It loads up. There's Andrea. You click on her face. You click submit vote. There you go. You thanks for voting. You did it. You can also do it on Facebook as well. Get a double vote in there.
They made it really easy this year.
They did. I know. I would have won by a much wider margin if I could have done it that way. Huh? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. So many people, including, many, many best friends, have reached out to me on Twitter and Facebook and have been so kind and so encouraging and so enthusiastic. So thank you so much to everybody who has sent me a message. I've seen them all. I've done my best to respond to as many as I can. And I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all the support.
Let's go get it for her. Come on, guys. 2015 all over again. Then strap in. If Game Awards is a week away, that means PSX is a week away. Yesterday finally let me off the chain so I could explain what I'm doing. Friday night of PSX, I'm there at that kickoff PlayStation event interviewing Shuhei and Sean Layden. Saturday, I'm hosting the Uncharted 10-year anniversary panel with Nolan North, Troy Baker, all the other voice actors. Then I can now tell you Sunday, there's an autograph signing for me 1:30 at PSX, and then that evening, Portillo's meet and greet. Then, like I told you before, cancel your flight homes. Andrew's looking into doing this.
I'm thinking about it.
Cancel your flight homes on Sunday. Book them out of San Diego Tuesday morning, because what we're doing is waking up Monday morning, driving to San Diego, Polite Provisions, Kinda Funny, real life community meetup, bad sweaters, white elephant gift exchange, come drink and have fun at Eric Castro's bar with me, Joey, Jen, maybe Andrea. We'll see if we can push her over the edge. Andy's not coming to Polite Provisions. He's too young. Under 21, you can't come into Polite Provisions. You know what I mean? And then final housekeeping, we're brought to you by Lisa.com and Omaha Steaks today, but I'll tell you about that later in the show. For now.
Wait, before you begin, I want to insert one thing. What's Good Games is going to be doing a meet and greet Saturday at PSX from 1:30 to 3:30 in the Marriott lobby bar that's attached to the convention center. So even if you don't have a PSX badge, you can come and meet us at the Marriott. We're going to be having some drinks, playing some games, kind of just shooting the shit.
Switches.
Yeah. Bring your Switch if you want. I'm going to be bringing my PS4 because last year I played Paragon in the lobby.
Damn, really?
I
That's
did.
awesome.
And even though the lobby Wi-Fi was not great, I still was able to maintain my connection throughout the game. But we'll be there. So if you guys want to come meet up with us and hello and say hi to the girls, they'll be there.
That's awesome. All right, Saturday, 1:30. Got it. Locked in. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. This is where I wish KevCam was working on you, because you're doing like you're Professor Xing over there as you do it, which is a weird one. 6 items on the Roper Report. Half a dozen. Okay. Number 1. We talked about it yesterday with Gary Whitta. Now we have Andrea here, a Destiny expert, to talk about the state of Destiny 2. Yesterday, they put up a blog post after Kinda Funny Games Daily, running through all of their things, but putting out some interesting little quotes here. So let me read you. Going forward, Destiny 2's post-launch game systems, features, and updates are being designed specifically to focus on and support players who want Destiny 2 to be their hobby, the game they return to, and a game where friendships are made. We want Destiny to be a game that fits into your life, providing you with reasons to log in and play with your friends, clans, and families. We want Destiny to be a world you want to be a part of. Now, this is a giant post detailing all sorts of information, getting into nitty-gritty stuff of when you're going to see updates, ornaments for different kind of weapon sets, and all these different things. However, we had talked yesterday at length, and a day before that, I think, or 2 days before that, about the whole XP shenanigans. They call that out in the post as well. Last weekend, we disabled a scaling mechanism that adjusted XP gains up and down without reflecting those adjustments in the UI. Our intention was to keep slower-paced activities as rewarding as high-intensity grinding without confusing variations in displayed XP values. But the silent nature of the mechanic betrayed the expectation of transparency you have for Destiny 2. They're going to talk a little bit about how they're going to change that up even more. I haven't talked to you at all about any of this Destiny 2 stuff.
No.
What was your read on this XP shenanigans, and then where are you after the blog post?
So when I found out about the transparency issue with earning XP in some of these events, really fantastic investigative work done by some
Energizer,
some Redditors, yeah,
Z or something on Reddit.
So fantastic for finding that out. I think that's something that could have gone unnoticed probably indefinitely without, these people really kind of doing the legwork and the research. I have to say though, I'm not sure how upset I was about it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm in the same camp with a lot of Destiny fans that transparency is really the issue here. It's the idea that they were keeping something behind a wall and making a false, pretense
they were lying,
about
right?
it.
The number pops, but that's not the number you're getting.
Right. I think that's the issue people are having, not the fact that they were, kind of nerfing your XP gains. I mean, but when you think about it overall, what are you really gaining from doing grinding these public events and doing these things over? I just recently jumped back into Destiny in preparation for Curse of Osiris next week, and I have also been, doing the public events and doing the patrols, and I started my second character, and I'm going through it going, if you really are putting the time in to grind these events, like why dampen down the experience points? Why not just let people have it?
Yeah.
They're putting the time in, they're doing the work, and quite frankly, it can't be that many players who are doing this because let's be honest, they get boring after a while. It's the same like 4 public events. And I don't understand like why Bungie would feel it necessary. And I don't think we've gotten a straight answer from them if this was intentional or if this was some kind of calculation error that they just didn't fix and then was brought to their attention.
I think the way they've answered, it's intentional.
Yeah.
They would have said, right, oh, this was totally a mistake, blah, blah, blah. It's been, all right, cool. We hear you. We're changing it. This is wrong. We shouldn't have done this. Transparency.
So obviously I'm upset about the idea that they were telling you were getting a certain amount of XP and then in reality you weren't. That's bad. Don't do that. But overall, on the scale of me, like, kind of giving a shit, it's kind of like I don't really have a lot of shits left to give about Destiny.
Really?
As far as, like, the nitpickiness of it.
Okay.
Right? Like, I went on epic rants in September about the microtransactions, about the bright engrams, about the shaders, right? My concerns around those things are still valid. Yeah. They haven't been fixed, right? They're not changing. I mean, they did list quite a few extensive adjustments that they're going to be making in the next couple of months into 2018, which is good. Yeah. But I mean, in reality, I still look at my giant inventory of shaders and go, these are all garbage.
Yeah, right. I just want the one. I want these certain ones.
Well, and they finally put the spicy ramen exotic emote on sale, but it was like 3,200 bright dust. And I tried to do the math of how many bright engrams I would have to buy and dismantle in order to get enough dust if I didn't get dust as drops in the engrams. And it was like, I would have to have over 20 engrams that I would have to buy and dismantle. And I wouldn't even be able to get to keep the stuff. I would have to dismantle everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is stupid. Why can't I just buy the thing that I want?
Put a price tag on it.
Anyway, I digress. That's not what we're talking about.
Well, no, we kind of are, and I want to bring Sean into the conversation. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He pointed that out in his name, so thank you for saying that. He writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, "Hi, Greg and Andrea. With the recent uncovering of Bungie's XP deception in Destiny 2, I was wondering how you will come down on this, especially with the expansion releasing soon. I'm torn myself. On one hand, it's easy to shrug it off and say the actual consequence to me as a player from their deceit really wasn't too big of a deal. But I also can't help but wonder what else they're willing to be unethical about, because they are clearly willing to be unethical. If I buy the expansion and keep playing Destiny 2, am I making a statement that says I'm fine for game companies to lie and deceive its customers? Part of me thinks that's a bit extreme, but at the same time, it's also the truth, as it means that the fact they did do those things didn't stop me from supporting them. I'm legitimately torn on what to do, and I was looking forward to the new expansion. What are your thoughts? If you don't feel like Bungie crossed the line here, where do you think that line is? Thanks to all you do, and I apologize for the lengthy submission, Sean."
It's an interesting, tough question. We get a lot of these tough questions on Kind of Funny Games Daily. But Sean, I'm with you in the sense that on one hand, it's like, it really wasn't too big of a deal, but also on the other hand, then you're like saying, well, I don't really care that they did this deceitful thing. I think the scale of the deceit is important in this particular case. I think the deceit isn't so big and so bad that I would say I'm never playing this game again. I already bought the expansion up front with the version of the game that I bought at launch, so I'm already in, right? So it's not like I'm going to be spending more money to play next week. I've already spent it. But for people who haven't, maybe it's something that they want to pause and go, is this something that I'm okay with? And that's your personal choice and something you have to ask yourself with. It's like, is the value for the money worth it? Are you still getting enjoyment from the product that exists as it is? Yeah. Even as it did, obviously they're changing things, but the product that existed when it launched, did you have fun with that game? Did you spend hours playing with it? Did you, enjoy the characters and like the Crucible and the raid and all that? If you did, then I don't see why you need to beat yourself up over your decision. Right? Like if you think that you spent that money and it was worth your time, then that's really the end of the conversation.
I would love to know, and I wonder how long it'll be before we ever get a real story out of it, but how does it work at Bungie? Did everyone know that they were doing this, that they were going to nerf the numbers and hide them from people?
I highly doubt it.
So it's got to be a team somewhere, a few people who are like, let's do this and do that. And I think that's a really dumb decision. I don't think they should lie to you. I don't understand why they would do that, so on and so forth. But when we had Anthony on Monday's show, right, he mentioned offhandedly a few times in talking about games he's worked on where they'd buff something or not buff something, but say they buff something. And there is this little, not like the white lies kind of thing of like, we were saying we do this in a game where the community's giving all this feedback trying to answer it. Was this just a white lie where they were trying to like, let's test this and figure it out and see if this solves the problem? But it was, the test is on something that so many people are doing that somebody actually saw through it before they had their statements ready, had a plan in place, had all these different things. I don't know.
That's an interesting idea that I hadn't considered, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I mean, game dev is hard. We say that all the time on the show because it is. Yeah. Creating these complex algorithms and computations and coding behind the scenes that makes the game work to you with the person holding the controller or the mouse and keyboard is a difficult job, and it's not easy balancing that. So did they potentially test out a new algorithm with like XP gains in this particular instance, and then it got discovered prematurely and they kind of got caught with their pants down? Yeah. Probably. Yeah. At least we want to hope that it's innocuous like that, right? Yeah. That it's not malicious. But there hasn't been like a lot of other malicious things happening in Destiny. Bungie has always been so great with their community.
And that's a big part of it, right. I feel like, is the fact of the matter is this isn't some end-all breaking point lie, and it's also the fact that Bungie is always, and this is somebody who was an outsider in Destiny 1 and now has the platinum in Destiny 2, can't wait for next week, is doing a raid tonight with the Kind of Funny Guardians. Like, I feel like they've taken care of us, and I know that this is obviously the State of Destiny post is out for the hardest of hardcore, the Fran Mirabellas and Dustin Ligarius who are like, no, they have not taken care of us with Destiny 2. I've enjoyed my time, and I feel like what I've put in has been rewarded, and I feel like from what I've seen as even though I have the platinum and put hours into it, casual Destiny player that okay, they're taking care of me. This game so far has been good to me, and they seem like they've been good people to everybody else. And like the fact that the State of the Destiny thing is out there now, trying to tackle head on all the issues that the people who are like the Fireteam chat, who have this super focus on it, who want to play every night and want to put thousands of hours into the grind. It seems like they're trying to get back to that, right?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest criticisms of the grind in original Destiny was that the high-end rewards, the late-game rewards for those people who had max light level characters across all three classes, was that the rewards just weren't good enough for how much time you put into that grind. Okay. And they're still suffering from that in Destiny 2. And they addressed that in their blog post yesterday, saying we understand that the rewards aren't good enough, that we need to make raid rewards better. We need to make Crucible rewards better. We need to make, some of the legendaries better. We need to make end game content more rewarding because of how much time you have to put in to get to that content. Sure. And I'm glad to see that they're going to be addressing it. Obviously, we have to wait to see what exactly that looks like, how that scales, because you're still running into the same problems with Destiny. So once you hit like light level 300, the grind from 300 to 305 is painstaking. Even if you do all of the weeklies every week, and getting the high-end rewards from stuff like Nightfall and Raid are even more difficult if you don't have people that are doing it with you. Yeah. Even if you do use like LFG or have a clan, like still getting those people together is tough at this stage of the game because the game's been out now for 3 months. But it's good to see that they're recognizing it at least earlier this time around than they did in, original Destiny. It took them a really long time. And even by the end of it, it still wasn't perfect.
Do you fault them for this being Destiny 2, but still not having this figured out?
Absolutely. I mean, they've had several years to work on this game. And granted, they were still managing content on Destiny while working on Destiny 2, but they saw the writing on the wall. And you can't take a game like this that you've designed it with a 10-year roadmap, or to say, we're going to make this a long life game and not take the heavy criticisms of the first 2 to 3 years and say we're only going to slightly tweak those criticisms for the next 3 to 6 years. Yeah. So I mean, like I mentioned, I understand that doing all of those systems is complicated, and you can't really truly balance them until you get it out into the community. You know how many people are playing, how the progression is going to work for a wide variety of play styles across all of the different classes, because your play tests internally are only going to give you so much data. Mm-hmm. That said, I would have liked to see them change some of these finer data points in Destiny 2 from Destiny, and they didn't. And I'm not quite sure why that is. I would actually really be curious to sit down with some of the team at Bungie and be like, can I get an inside look? But I don't know if they would ever publicly talk about that.
So did the blog post, is it answering questions you had? Is it making you more enticed to come back?
Absolutely.
Because my concern is it sounds like it's totally aimed at your Fran Mirabellas and these people who want to be crazy. And I wasn't that person with Destiny 1. And so now that I have this love for Destiny 2, is this going to now set the albatross around my neck that is going to make me go, oh God, I got to get on? And because it's going to take light level up to 345 next week or something, is what I read on Reddit, I think. Yeah. Discord. I'm using Discord, everybody. No big deal.
So some of the things that I think are really exciting are the improvements to exotics that they're doing, new ways to spend surplus currency materials is a good change. The emote interface, which I've been begging for since they introduced emotes. Finally, we're going to be able to have more than one emote equipped. Changes to the mod economy, continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies, better incentives for completing Crucible matches, tuning for supremacy scoring and better spawning rules. All of these things are quality of life issues for people who play Destiny regularly that are absolutely going to improve it, not just for them, but for people like you that just pick it up every now and again when the best friends are like, hey, let's play together. Sure. So I think this is a good thing for them to do, to get potentially people who skipped it in September to come back in now with the new expansion to say, hey, did you miss out? Or maybe you decided to wait it out and see, maybe you picked it up on Black Friday on special or whatever. You guys did a deal of the day where it was $26 yesterday or whatever. $26, Maybe you just bought it and you haven't played yet. All of these things are going to make the game better for you.
Okay. I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
Final piece of Destiny news for you. Bungie announced that the game servers will undergo maintenance starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's expected to last 6 hours. If you're logged in at 8 a.m., you'll be able to play till 9 a.m. After that, though, you're going to be booted to the main screen. Number 2 on the Road Report, a quick one. This was Geoff Keighley announced. The Game Awards will be premiering the first ever gameplay of the new desert map from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds next Thursday. So get hyped for that. I'm more hyped for the Xbox version. Just put it on. Number 3, you added this one. We're big Life is Strange fans around here. Ashley Birch and Hannah Telle are coming back to Life is Strange Before the Storm. Kinda. The Square Enix press release reads, the bonus episode Farewell from Before the Storm's Deluxe Edition will be releasing in early 2018, and in even more exciting news, Hannah Telle and Ashley Birch will be returning to play Max and Chloe. Ashley has been working with the writing team at Deck 9, and we're ecstatic that she'll be returning to play the role of young Chloe. Rihanna DeVries has done a fantastic job for the voice and motion capture of 16-year-old Chloe so far, bringing a little bit of herself into the role, just as Ashley had in the previous game. We are forever thankful to Rihanna for the work she has put into Before the Storm, and she will continue to work with us for the motion capture of young Chloe in Farewell. As a reminder, the Deluxe Edition's exclusive bonus episode Farewell, you'll be playing as a young Max Caulfield, and this very well may be the last time you see Max and Chloe together. Fascinating. This, of course, we knew for Ashley couldn't, and I assume then for Hannah as well, the voice actor strike is what locked them out from doing Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Right.
And there was actually a question written into Kind of Funny Games Daily if they would go back and retcon the entire Before the Storm pack, to which I was like, no way. But it's interesting. I wouldn't have expected them to do Farewell either. But I guess it makes sense if you're reuniting Max and Chloe in a story that we'd want one final time hearing those voices.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice considering that they play them as the 18-year-old versions, and now they're going to play them as the younger versions, but those middle teenage years are played by different characters.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be super jarring. I think it's great that they got them back on board, and obviously makes for a great story. I've really enjoyed the voice acting so far.
Yeah, no, they've been great.
Before the Storm, so
I've really enjoyed Life is Strange Before the Storm. I every time we talk about it on Gamescast, I always tell Tim, like, who isn't a fan, doesn't really play. I'm just like, this game has no business being as good as it is. Like, it doesn't have the powers, it doesn't have the original voice actors, it doesn't have the original developers, it's a prequel I wasn't asking for, and I am champing at the bit right now to get part 3. I want to see what happens in this story. I want to continue to go, and it's given me so many legit emotional moments with Chloe where you're like, fuck, like, I respect her and understand how she is in Life is Strange, the first series, more than I ever did before.
Yeah, absolutely. I still stand by that I don't think we're ever going to see them, re-record dialogue for any of the Before the Storm main 3 episodes. But this is a great way, I think, to get them back in. And obviously we know more Life is Strange is on the way with Life is Strange 2. Yeah. We don't know if Chloe or Max will be a part of that. They're keeping it very cryptic.
This is their first hint an official hint that maybe they won't be there. Maybe they won't be it. Which I still think they won't do because Life is Strange just ends, and there's very clearly a canon ending. Don't listen to them when you say there isn't. And they're always like, oh, no, there is. I'm like, there's one that goes on for like 15 minutes and is incredibly touching. The other one is not.
Yes.
I digress.
No spoilers.
Number 4. We talked about it yesterday, but we have a date now and a quote. Super Mario cereal is real. It's coming to stores December 11th. Here's a quote just about it from the press release. Those playing the Super Mario Odyssey game can tap the cereal box to the Nintendo Switch system, like you would an amiibo, to receive gold coins or a heart in the game. Even the cereal itself has a Super Mario twist with colorful power-up marshmallows and a blast of mixed berry flavor in every box. So Gary Widow was correct with the heart, and I said it might be gold, so we were both right. Everybody wins in that one, which is exciting.
There you go. I'm definitely going to buy this. Maybe more than one box.
We went to Target yesterday and we were like going down because there was like rumors it was already out, so we were all like stomping around the cereal aisles. Didn't have it. Didn't find it.
It got to wait a week and a half. It looks like.
Apparently. Number 5. This is a quick one that's interesting for a variety of reasons, but specifically, Ex-Riot Guys, one of them being an ex-Naughty Dog guy, have started a new a new studio. They're focusing on story and play. Founded in 2016. This is weird because they got like a partner up, so like they're officially doing it, but the studio was founded in 2016 by former creative leads from Riot Games. Aaron Azazi, would you say? as Shaz?
I have
That's how I'm
no
gonna say.
idea.
Justin Richmond, who was former of Naughty Dog, worked on multiplayer over at Naughty Dog, Uncharted 3 and stuff like that. And Justin Svazvana, Wonderstorm's goal is to build lasting franchises by combining world-class storytelling and deep, engaging gameplay. The company is currently partnering with Netflix to create and produce a Netflix original animated series, which will debut in late 2018. Wonderstorm is also building a AAA quality video game set in the same world as the series. So just interesting to see a friend of the show, Justin Richmond from Naughty Dog, go to Riot, now go and start this whole thing. So good luck to him. Number 6, I talked about this. I didn't have a date for it. It's already popping off, though. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is getting makeover for the holidays. Nintendo announced today that the mobile game will feature a limited time event that'll decorate your camp for the holidays. That's what I was playing before I got here. Candy canes is the new currency. If you go up to whatever Thunderstrike Mountain or whatever they call it, where you got to get your friends to help you or spend your leaf tickets, you get candy canes there now. They got a snowman in there. Kevin, you're shaking your head in disgust. You love Christmas. You can now you can dress as Santa in this. Do you understand that? Stop flipping me off. Start playing it. God dang, you never started, did you, Andrew Renee?
No. Listen, I told Joey I would consider downloading it, and then I saw the drop off of people who actually like Animal Crossing was swift, as I predicted it would be, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
All it is a fun time waster. You know what I mean?
I ain't got time to waste, Greg.
Oh, you man. You're the business lady in gaming. Makes sense. Andrea, I'm stoked for the Curse of Osiris next week. But that's next week. If I want to know what came to Mom and Grop digital shops today, where would I go?
You would go to the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform as listed by the Kinda Funny Games Daily show hosts each and every weekday.
Yeah. Kevin does the yeah in stereo with me, and
I like it.
It makes me very happy. If I don't say what platform it's on Nintendo Switch, and it's on the motherfucking eShop. Opus! The Day We Found Earth, Arcade Archives, Traverse USA, Serial Cleaner, ACA, Neo Geo, World Heroes, Siberia 2, Mujo, Star Ghost. Here's a trio of Wii U games for you. Draw Stickman Epic 2, Battle Load Runner, Bomberman 93. Then Geese Howard from the Fatal Fury franchise is now available as a playable character in Tekken 7. Soma is on Xbox One, and World Heroes 2 Jet is on Xbox One.
And Total War Rome 2's Empire Divided campaign DLC is also out today.
Ooh. World Heroes 2 Jet. All in there. I feel like we always make fun of the
Should
video
I
game
Google
names.
this?
No, I just like to imagine somewhere. It's like, you remember like when you'd watch your local news and they'd pull the lottery numbers out of the ping pong balls?
Yes.
I feel like that's how we're giving out game names now. It's like World Heroes, the numeral 2 Jet. All right, ship it.
Oh, it's a Neo Geo classic.
These fucking games, man. New dates for you. Slain Back from Hell is coming to the Nintendo Switch December 7th. What Remains of Edith Finch is coming to PlayStation 4 as a physical game. This is going to be available early January 2018 for $30. Pre-orders are on im8bit.com right now. Then Fury is coming to Switch in early 2018. My Hero Academia One's Justice is coming to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 in the future. No hard date on that one yet. Crossing Souls is on February 13th.
And Riptide GP Renegade is coming to Nintendo Switch on December 7th.
We got some Riptide Renegades coming up.
Just a little news blurb.
We got news blurb.
That somebody tweeted at me. PlayerUnknown has confirmed that PUBG will run at 60 frames per second on Xbox One X.
I saw that one today. Yeah, there was. I didn't know if I wanted to shove it into the Roper Report or not.
No, I think it's just a blurb.
Cool.
It's like, hey, if you're concerned about frame rate, which a lot of people are, there you go. Now you know it's going to be 60.
The interview
but they just said Xbox One X.
The interview was that's where he can promise it. They're trying for Xbox One, but they don't know if it'll actually happen.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Who cares?
I don't think people care for that game.
For PlayerUnknown. Well, you'd be surprised. Apparently everybody cares about everything.
It's not like a Twitch shooter, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's Twitch E, right? You gotta
well,
shoot
only if you
people.
actually find somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in my estimation and how it's played for us, it's always they find us and blow our brains out. Time for Reader Mail. What I'm going to tell you, though, it's brought to you by Lisa and Omaha Steaks. You haven't been on the show yet, so you haven't heard my rant. I hate going to mattress stores.
No, I've heard this rant.
Jen and I, you're going to hear it again. Jen and I went there. It was no good. Creepy man making me lay on the mattress, put the little condoms on the pillow. Not a fan.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, because they don't want your hair getting on the pillows and everybody else touching it. Yeah, it's real gross. Yeah, no good. That's why I ordered a mattress off the internet, just like Joey got her Lisa mattress off the internet. Lisa cuts out the bad guy and takes away the pressure. The Lisa mattress is 100% American made and delivered compressed in a box to your door. It is thoughtfully crafted with high quality materials to create what Lisa calls their universal adaptive feel. Its 3 foam layers provide support, pressure relief, and cooling that adapts to all body shapes, sizes, and sleeping styles. As I said, Joey Noel has one. She sleeps on it. She seems rested. She had just like everybody else. Gary was talking about this too. You take them out of I talk about it too. You take them out of the box. They inflate in front of you. It's fun. It's a fun activity. You know what you got? Christmas is coming up. Got a kid? They'd love to see this mattress inflate. There you go. Gift for your kid. Lisa mattresses. You get a 100-night trial. You don't like it, you can send it back. They come. It's a full refund. Everybody's happy. Mattresses cost thousands in stores, but the Lisa mattress starts at $525. But you can get $100 off by going to lisa.com/kindafunny and entering the promo code kindafunny, all one word. That's Lisa, LEESA.com/kindafunny. Enter the promo code kindafunny, all one word. Then, Omaha Steaks, another great gift for kids. You order up all this meat. It comes frozen. These kids get to eat food and they don't die. Isn't that what we're all after?
Don't feed it to them frozen though.
No, cook it like I did at Extra Life when it was real good. Did you eat any of the food at Extra Life? I forget. It was kind of a blur.
I was eating like the Chips Ahoy in the goldfish.
No, you missed out because I made these kielbasa's they sent me. I put the burgers on bagels. We had leftover bagels.
What?
So I made because the bagels of course had like the garlic and everything on them, and then you got these burgers from Omaha Steaks. You put them in there. You're sitting pretty.
Mind blown.
If you go to omahasteaks.com and use the code KF Games, my apologies, all one word, you can get this crazy package for $50. That's $49.99. It's 75% off the regular thing. You'd get 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potato au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steaks seasoning packet, which I think Kevin ate because I did not see it in any of the packages and then you'd also get 4 kielbasa sausages for free. That's omahasteaks.com, code KF Games in the search bar, and get 75% off. That's what I do for my dad. He liked it so much he sent it to me. I like it when we do the ads on stuff we are really passionate about. I am incredibly passionate about Omaha Steaks.
No, and you're actually making me hungry. Maybe I should order some.
There you go. Order for John. You know what I mean? He's watching right now, but there would still be a surprise if just all these steaks show up at his house.
He loves steaks.
Or his, I guess, office probably. But that'd be more surprising. Let's look around here. Where do we want to go? I don't want to start there. Eric C., I like your question. It made it to the thing, but I don't want to start there. Let's get in here with something a little bit better. Here we go. Lorenzo von Matterhorn writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, Nintendo is giving away passes to the Game Awards next week, prompting talk of an announcement. This, coupled with the fact that they have historically given some announcement/showing at each Game Awards, do you think this is where Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Champions Ballad is finally shown and dated? Interesting proposition, Lorenzo. We have been waiting quite a while for them to actually give a real date for Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I think that's a really great plan, and it's right next to a Friday being on Thursday. What if
you think it's going to be that
at
quick?
the Game Awards they say you can buy this
show
tomorrow?
A trailer and then available tomorrow? That'd be awesome. Very un-Nintendo, but that'd be awesome.
I think that would be great. Well, because with the way the time zones work, it would be Friday in Japan.
Okay. I see what you're cooking.
Yes.
I believe her. Yeah,
But it might be too far into Friday for them to hold that announcement until that late in the day.
Maybe it's
on
next
Thursday.
week. Maybe it's just a week out then.
It would be cool though if that was the announcement, but
it would be awesome.
Maybe not.
And Nintendo has been working well with the Game Awards for a while now, and everybody loves Geoff, so it makes sense. And I do think Nintendo is the kind of company that just puts out a press release. You know what I mean? One day it'll either be a Game Awards or one day we're going to wake up and there's going to be an email in your inbox with a release date.
Well, he did say there are more world premieres at this Game Awards than any other Game Awards he's done so far.
Right.
So
he's hustling. You know how he does it over there.
Oh, he works really hard on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to give him crap online, but the amount of work that he puts into it is incredible. I'm so glad that he does this show every year.
I saw this on
amazing.
Gaff or Reset Era today, though, and it was another one that like I just filed away for moments like this. Did you see? I guess it was on some podcast, like I want to say Kotaku's podcast. They were talking to him about it, and apparently Doritos wanted him to do the Pope outfit on the Game Awards stage, and he's like, "No, that's a bridge too far." But I was like, "That's funny. That's a funny thing. I'm glad he didn't do it."
He could have put Bosman in it. That could have been fun.
Sure. Yeah. And I hear that somebody told me there's been confirmation of no more Hydro Man or whatever.
Oh, Geoff confirmed that the Schick Hydro bot will not be returning.
He's been powered down like an old Westworld host.
I interviewed that bot last year.
Oh, what did he have to say?
Nothing.
No, that's great. That was well done there. Astrocreep writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, howdy. Looking at the Black Friday sales last week and always hearing about how expensive games are to make got me thinking. I am just using Wolfenstein 2 as an example. It had been out less than a month and already discounted 50% off. If it's so expensive, wouldn't you want to put the most profit possible out of a relatively fresh game? Maybe a month after release sales normally tank, and this is good. Maybe a month after release sales normally tank, and this is a good rejuvenation mood. Love to hear your thoughts. Keep fucking that chicken, Astrocreep. There was a question similar to this yesterday that was on the docket, but Gary Wood had just yacked away about it. I guess IGN put out a thing this week being like, here was the most successful things from our Black Friday deals today. This is what we can see the most click-through was. And it was Wolfenstein number 1, and then in the top 10, and I want to say top 5, Prey was in there, and Evil Within 2. Like, Bethesda games actually making up ground. And another person had written in being like, that's really good, right? Or is it not good? How do you parse out a game that is new, coming out at a discounted price, but selling here?
I think it's good because they released on a really crowded date. And there was a lot of other games happening, not only like that month, but like in that 3-month window. And you just can't afford to buy everything, you know? And we are privileged enough that these game companies send us copies of the games for free. So we're able to play them all. And Wolfenstein repeatedly from everybody I know in the industry has said, it's so good. Please play it. Don't sleep on it. But it's one of those games where if you're a gamer and you've only got enough money to buy one game this holiday, you're probably not going to get the most bang for your buck with Wolfenstein, right? Yeah. You're going to get more out of an open world game or a multiplayer game or a live service game. So maybe you don't want to spend the full MSRP on that game, so you wait for it to go on sale. So I think this is a win-win. Bethesda wasn't, pushing as many units as they probably wanted to because so many games are out right now, and this gets it into the hands of more players.
Exactly. And even it's that thing where it gets them, first off, back in the news cycle in a positive way. Hey, it did great on Black Friday. Hey, this was a great deal.
Well, they have all this content coming next year for it too, all this DLC content.
And now it is going to be that thing where, okay, cool, now there's a whole bunch of players who have it who you hope, knock on wood, are going to like it and tweet about it and Facebook about it and be on Reddit and be on forums and be on Facebook. And so when the DLC does hit, it's back to full price or a little bit of a discount. You're going to have other people going like, oh man, I've heard so many great things about that. I should pick it up and try it.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's got to go. Obviously, Astrocreep, I'm sure Bethesda would have loved for it to, fly off the shelves at $60 and get more of a return on investment, but it doesn't always happen that way, and you have to pivot like this to sow the seeds to get going. Liam Briddock writes in to kindafunny.com/KFGD and says, on Wednesday's Kinda Funny Games daily episode, you were talking about PlayStation Plus, and it seemed to not be sure if it was worth it. Well, I think it's easily worth it when you take into account that we got this year Life is Strange, Until Dawn, Just Cause 3, Infamous Second Son, and Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. All either great or big games.
Liam, thank you so much for writing in, because I was going to give Greg a hard time about this today, because how dare you say
I did not say it was a bad
Darksiders 2 is not worth it. That game is excellent and has one of the most epic boss battles that I've ever seen in video games. Mike. When I was listening to you talk to Gary yesterday, I was like shaking my fist. I was like, why? Why do you not think that game is worth it? I think it's excellent.
Here's why I don't think it's worth it. Because the video game industry has been trying to shove Darksiders down our fucking throat for a better part of a decade now, all right?
Come on.
It's true.
Like you don't do that with Patapon with everybody listening to this show?
Well, first off, I mean, that's universally one of the best games of all time. You know what I mean?
It's not universally one of the best games of all time.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like people in Japan talk about it. I talk about it. That's the universe.
Greg, we allow you to have your Patapon obsession.
Yeah.
It's okay for other people to like other games too.
I agree. I just think they should stop making those. All right, we learned our lesson with Patapon.
You guys called it the ebb and flow. It was an ebb this time.
Well, what? Yeah. Do you think this month was good, or this month for games is good?
I think Darksiders 2 alone makes it worth it. Yes,
that game's just been around forever.
So have a lot of the games that come out on PlayStation Plus. It doesn't mean they're bad games and they're not worth it.
Sure.
It just means some games are good for other people and some aren't. So thank you, Liam, for reminding Greg about all of these other games that came to PlayStation
I brought
Plus
up
this
some
year.
of these games in there. Yeah, I didn't want to. That we were talking. I just thought I agreed that it was a weak month because it's got a weak game called Darksiders in there that I think probably was a free PlayStation 3 game.
Did you play Darksiders?
It couldn't fucking
Did you
save
play
THQ.
Darksiders 2?
I played Darksiders 1.
You didn't play Darksiders 2?
No, fuck that.
Oh my
I got things
God.
to do. And then like, oh, it's definitive edition.
You're now
and
one
then
of those guys who yells on the internet about something he never
pops up, and they're like,
played.
let's bring this franchise back. Let's call ourselves the dead people. They just keep putting on dead skin. They're putting on dead people's skin. Creep me out with your dead skins.
Back me up here. If you're in the chat on Twitch, if you're listening on podcasts, tweet to Greg.
Sure.
If you're in the
Go
YouTube
die
comments.
on this hill. You're already trying to die on the Agents of Mayhem hill too. Go
I'm
ahead.
not dying on this
You
hill.
and Angry Dad 89 or whatever his name was is gonna pop up.
I haven't talked about that game in a long time. I only talk about it when people bring it up in questions.
Sure, I know. I'm not trying to say people shouldn't like Darksiders. I'm just saying make it stop. Just make it stop with the Darksiders.
So you're not excited for Darksiders 3?
God, no. Jesus, just stop with the Darksiders. No, I think PlayStation Plus, like I was talking about yesterday, I think it's still a good deal. It's a cool thing to do. It's just harder to quantify, I believe, in terms of like if not every game is going to knock it out of the park every time.
Of course.
But that's how it's got to be.
Yes.
Of course. Do you think it's been getting weaker? Have you been paying attention? Do you buy into my theory that it's just like, well, they don't have to try as hard anymore because you have to get it to play online?
Oh, I definitely don't think that's the case. I think that they still actively promote PlayStation Plus all over the PSN interface.
Yep.
So I don't think that's true in any case. I think what they do is like obviously these deals are part of strategic negotiations that happen with their publishing partners. And so some months they have deals that are with games that are more popular in gaming culture than others. And that's okay. Like you can't have a home run every single month.
I agree.
There's just not enough really good games that they can afford to give away for free.
I think it's more than anything nowadays, it's worth it just for the Plus discount. But that's a less sexy thing than when you're getting Metal Gear, you're getting Life is Strange.
I mean, I use it just for online connectivity.
Right.
And I think the discounts, like I got a discount on the Frozen Wilds when I bought it.
Yeah.
I think those are worth it as well. And the free games are just like the cherry on top.
Yep. We weren't putting down, Liam, we weren't saying PlayStation Plus isn't good. We were saying we weren't happy with that lineup, and a lot of people weren't.
Download Darksiders 2 and play it, unlike Greg. It's great.
I'll play it. I'll play it in December.
Good.
I'll download and play it.
Good. You're going to get to the boss battle, and you're going to be like, holy shit, I can't believe I slept on this.
We'll see. Eric C. gets the final question of the day. Hello, Greg, an insert co-host here. I'm sorry I'm 2 episodes behind. Long time, first time. I was listening to another podcast in the Let's Play family. Please don't hate me. And they brought up the potential idea of ending their channel due to the volatile nature of content creating right now. You already had YouTube pulling monetization, and now, on top of that, we have the looming threat of the end of net neutrality. So my question is, with the high cost of being in San Francisco, the, I'm assuming, loss of revenue from advertisers pulling out of YouTube, and now the rapidly approaching end of net neutrality, how does all this make you feel about the future of Kinda Funny? And I'm going to toss in What's Good Games, of course. Sorry to be such a doom and gloom question. Thanks for all you guys do. No problem. Thanks for supporting us. I think you're taking it a bit far. I don't think it's doom and gloom at the moment either. I still think the future of Kinda Funny is bright. Still think the future of internet content creation is bright. I don't know what Let's Play first off, you say don't hate me for listening to another Let's Play. You listen to whatever podcast you want. Listen to What's Good Games. Listen to all sorts of stuff out there. I would assume they were joking at the potential idea of ending their channel. I don't think that's a real thing they were talking about, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of somebody different. The loss of revenue for advertisers being pulled from YouTube, that's an interesting place that doesn't really affect Kinda Funny in the same way.
The monetization on YouTube has been down for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's kind of really dropped off a cliff recently, but that anybody who has been in content creation for more than a couple of years on YouTube has already seen that writing on the wall and has already seen the dividends go down. To make a living off of YouTube alone, you have to sell custom advertisement. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
You can't just live off of Google AdSense because...
Yeah, so to bring somebody up, because this is something
Yeah.
that I always take it for granted, thinking everybody knows everything about YouTube like we
Right.
do, right? So today on this show, when we're talking about YouTube ads, loss of revenue, because now YouTube will flag stuff before you even put it up and say, this isn't fit for advertisers, so you can't monetize it. That's talking about the ad you get before you start a video on YouTube with the little
or
skip
the little
ad button.
clickable overlay ads.
Exactly, or the ones that are there. When you hear me do an Omaha steak ad or the Lisa mattress like I've been doing this week, that's a baked-in ad. That's not what they're talking to about YouTube.
And YouTube doesn't get a cut of that.
That's because
YouTube takes a 40% cut of the ads that run on their platform.
Right, exactly. And so for Kind of Funny, it's always been interesting, right? And we've been, talking to you guys about this since literally day one on the first ever Colin and Greg Live, was the idea that we wanted to be a multi-pronged business. So if one leg ever got knocked down, we wouldn't have the entire company collapse. And so YouTube ad rev, the ads you see before YouTube, the little banners that pop up here, they bring in money, but they don't bring in the lion's share of what we do, right? Because we're lucky enough that you guys are awesome and support us on Patreon. And as I've said before, and I will continue to say on every episode, that's what makes this all happen. So when you have $1, please feel free to go give it to us on Patreon. Don't worry. So many people are always like, I only have $1. I'm like, that adds up when everybody gives $1.
Absolutely.
If you like what we're doing, please go to a Patreon page and give us a donation just for a month, and then don't, take it down. And if you ever have to lower your donation, your pledge or whatever, you don't have to write in and feel sad about that. I understand. You watching is enough. If you feel like we've gone above and beyond, and you can go above and beyond, we ask you to. That's what makes Kind of Funny go round. The ads we get to bake into the show, like I joke about on the morning show, and then like I just talked about with Omaha and Lisa, those are bringing in a lot of money as well to keep it. And I think, people always, oh man, there's too many ads in the show. There's too much of this, blah, blah. Like, I understand where you're coming from. All the podcasts I listen to have way more ads, but I'm not trying to get out of it. I hope you see where that money goes, right? You see, this is all your Patreon money and monies we've been able to make through ads. Joey walking in right now to talk to Kevin about something. She's here and able to be full-time. Oh, she got the Christmas cards. She's able to be here and be full-time because of your support, because of what we're able to do, ad revs. But what that means is that, YouTube demonetizing shit sucks, but okay, we'd like that. We'd like more money than we're getting, but it's not going to be the end of us because we're not a YouTuber that is, hey, I get 30 million views on every episode. And if you start taking those out, that hurts real bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's certainly something, the idea of net neutrality, I think, is something to be, thoughtful and mindful of. But if anybody is thinking about cutting off their business for legislation that hasn't even been passed yet, I don't know why anyone would jump to that extreme.
Well, what I don't like for Eric's question, and this is me not liking you, Eric, is, and now the rapidly approaching end of net neutrality. I don't like that defeatist attitude.
No.
Call your congressman, call your people, your representatives, tell them that you want net neutrality to be a thing. Net neutrality affects us all, and that is what's not terrifying, but what is a scary thought. Tim and I were talking about this yesterday about net neutrality and the thought process of like, if Comcast is going to start nickel and diming us for how much we're uploading or downloading, it's like, that sucks, and it's going to cut into our profits, or it's going to cut into like our ability to pay people, or revenue, I guess is better the adult way to talk about this. I didn't go to business school, but we'll probably, we'll make it work, we'll do whatever. But it's more terrifying for me to you on the other end of, on a slow day. Kind of Funny puts out like 4 hours of content on a slow day. Like, is there, if it gets to the point where the viewer, the best friend, is being nickel and dimed on what they're doing and how they do it, that you start having to worry about, all right, well, I can only watch this much YouTube on that cap. I can only play this many games on this cap. Like, that fucking sucks. And that's why we got to stop this.
And the restricted access to specific websites, the idea that you could pull up your phone to go to kindoffunny.com and your ISP might charge you a premium to go to sites that don't include specific domains. Like that to me is the super scary part, is the restricted web access. So if you don't know about net neutrality, please just take a few minutes to Google it and like learn the basics. But basically it restricts access, and we don't want that. You want net neutrality because neutral means it's free and open.
Even playing field.
And they can't restrict access like they do in some other countries.
Yeah.
So, monetization is always a tricky topic. I know that you guys have gotten questions. We've gotten questions at What's Good. People saying, oh, well, I thought you were funded by all of your Patreon funds. And I was like, no, it's not enough. Like, it's too expensive between taxes and overhead and lawyers and everything else that you have to pay for as a small business owner, that you have to, really depend on some of these external sources of revenue. And trying to explain that in depth, to you guys who are listening or watching becomes a really complicated conversation. And we appreciate all of the support, not only for Kind of Funny Games, of course, but all of the projects that we've been a part of in the past. But I'm sorry to hear that this person that you've listened to, Eric, is really feeling down and out about it all. It's tough being a content creator. It really is.
Yeah.
You have to, and that's why whenever people ask me, whenever I'm at shows or I'm on panels or things like that, we always get all these questions like, like, how do I make it in the business?
How do I do what you do?
Exactly. And it's like, if you don't wake up every day with a burning passion and desire to do it, if you're not willing to do it for free, obviously you want to get paid, but if you're not willing to start doing it for free, then maybe this isn't the right path for you.
Yeah.
Because it takes a long time to make a living, and it's not like we're rolling in Lamborghinis over here. So
Kevin might be.
Kevin, secret Lamborghini.
Nah, he's rolling in a Switch over there looking at him playing Mario.
He's not even paying attention.
No, he's paying attention just fine. Net neutrality is terrifying experience. See, he's paying attention. He's on top of it. No, I mean, that sums it all up, right? Like, I think the future for us, I mean, kind of funny, what's good, it's bright, and I don't think this is the cloud that ruins it or destroys it or anything like that. It's because we're prepared to weather the storm and make the adjustments and figure out as we go as the tides and the sands continue to shift. But again, I think we can keep net neutrality. We just got to be vocal about it. So do that. Time to squad up. This is where one of you writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD. You give me your name, username, platform of choice, and why you need help in a game. I read it here. The best friends come and find you. You all play games together, and everybody has a good time on the internet. David M. writes in. He needs help on PC. Looks like it's a WoW character. I'm going to read his thing, then I'll read his name. Hey guys, I recently got back into WoW with my girlfriend who's leveling her first ever character. We're currently approaching endgame content, and I was wondering if any best friends would like to join me in gearing up my holy paladin, as well as run legacy content for fun and sweet transmogs. I know WoW isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I'm hopeful someone out there will make a great adventuring buddy. Thanks in advance. Keep up the great work. Here we go. His WoW name, apparently. Maybe this is Discord. You're all very smart. Cropsey #11233. So CROPSEY #, if you're one of them young millennials, 11233. Go find Cropsey. #11233. Andrea?
Yes.
We watch people, or no, that's not right. We don't watch people. The people who watch us live, we ask to go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong and correct us on anything we screw up as we screw it up. So we set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames and podcast services around the globe. What do we get wrong today?
Well, FB Slacker gave some clarification into the Destiny 2 discussion that we were having, saying during the podcast, the XP issue was brought up, and when he says, okay, sorry, let me start at the beginning. On yesterday's discussion of Destiny 2's XP scaling and today's, Bungie's response. Later that day, a new episode of the Bungie podcast was released, where many of the leads, Eric Osborne, Luke Smith, Mark Noseworthy, had a candid discussion about the overall feedback about the game and where they're headed. During that discussion, the XP issue was brought up, and they admitted the XP scaling was intentional, but that it was specifically an issue with the UI system that was displaying incorrect values. They admitted that they were as surprised as anyone by Energizer X post on Reddit, graphing his analysis of the XP system, even suggesting that they may reach out to the user about a job at Bungie.
Hell yeah.
In addition, they even commented on the fact that they didn't think the community would believe them if they said it was a mistake, which could explain the lack of information in their initial post on the subject regarding the issue's origin.
All right.
It's great that they said that on a podcast. They should definitely include that in the post that they made on Bungie.net. So somebody update that post.
Get on a Deej.
Bondi77 says, just want to let you know. Oh, yep, that's the same thing. Bungie's podcast. We already talked about Keighley wearing the Doritos Pope outfit. St. Pat says, just want to let Greg know he's dead wrong about Darksiders 2. The game is leaps and bounds better than the first.
Editorializing, I don't want to hear it.
Whatever, I'm reading the notes. Okay, let's see here. That's it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, November 30th, 2017, your final day to get your Kinda Funny Christmas card over at patreon.com/kindafunny or patreon.com/kindafunnygames. Remember, we put this show up each and every weekday on a variety of platforms like twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, and podcast services around the globe. If you want to be part of the show, kindafunny.com/KFGD. Here is the Christmas card you can get on patreon.com/kindafunny.
I don't know if we're going to be able to
We'll sign them all. Put up more faces. God, my hair looked terrible today. Why didn't anybody tell me?
Your hair looks good.
It looks terrible. It's, I got one fly away. Oh, I'm awful. These actually came out really nice. You get the first one, Andrea. We'll all sign it for you later.
It's got a nice like luxe matte finish on it.
We ain't fucking around with these Christmas cards. You kidding me? We'll be back tomorrow with Tim Geddes in the co-pilot seat.
It's missing a little something.
What's that? Oh, Andrea Renee, trending gamer.
It's missing my face.
Now I have you know.
Wait, Kevin.
No, you know how Kevin does it. Hold on, shake my hand, but keep the mics live for 1 second. There's another thing coming with your face in it, and you know that.
Yes, I know.
All right then. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.